Yep. Hello. Good. Okay, I think maybe we can start and then people will come later, I guess. I think the last event just ended, so hopefully we'll get some more people. Okay. So hi everybody. My name is David. I am one of the co-founders of Raft. Today we're going to be talking about Raft. I think what I want to do is just to have a quick walkthrough of the product, of the website, have some super quick peer comparison, and then we're going to be doing like a live demo about how to use the protocol, how to mint our stablecoin, how to repay, how to use the leverage transactions, and how easy it is to actually get leverage on staked ETH and other coins using Raft. Just in some preliminary thoughts, the stablecoin itself is a decentralized stablecoin that's backed by staked ETH and our ETH at this point. We have plans to add other different kinds of collateral in the future, but the key is to use stablecoins that cannot be censored. So we want to go with censorship-resistant collateral and just use that as our collateral base. We have discussions in our forum right now about adding different kinds of collateral, so you guys feel free to contribute to that if you want. So what is Raft? Raft is what I would consider it as a CDP protocol. What that means is that we take various forms of collateral and then we issue our own decentralized stablecoin, which is pegged to the US dollar through various mechanisms. If you borrow, so basically you would deposit staked ETH and then you would borrow R, you pay a one-time fee, which at this point is set to 0.5 to 1%, depending on which collateral you want to borrow, and then you can keep your loan open for as long as you want and then repay on your own terms. At this point, we have just in 1 month, we got something like $59 million of TVL. That's split across staked ETH and R ETH. Most of it is staked ETH at this point. And the market cap of R is $30 million. So what we wanted to do here is to create a stablecoin that's super easy to generate, super easy to use. And we built the entire backend, and as well as the UX focused on creating a very lightweight experience for people. So it's super easy to deposit, and we kept it super simple. So unlike other interfaces where you can borrow stablecoins, we wanted to encourage retail users to use this. And as a result of that, I think we have something like 400 or 500 open positions already in a month, which is quite substantial if you consider the number of DAI borrowers, for example, which is not much higher, despite having a several times higher TVL. So here, so if you go on app.raft.fi, this is our primary front end. What you can do here is you're presented with two different use cases. So the first one is to generate R. That's the normal use case where you would deposit collateral and get the stable coin, and then it's up to you manually to then provide liquidity. You can use it for whatever purpose you want. You can spend it or use it to then swap it to a different asset if you want to get exposure to something else. And then the other use case is called leverage, and that is a very unique feature that we have developed together with the whole project, and that is going to be our primary use case and one of the biggest features that I think people are looking forward to. This was just released yesterday, so I'll be doing a live demo of both of these. Okay, so let's just jump into it. So when you go on the website, click generate, I think the UI is quite intuitive, but you have some protocol stats at the top. So you see the total value locked number at the top. You see how much TVL there is of both assets. you see the total market cap of R, and you see the protocol level collateralization, which means basically for every R, there's $1.8 worth of collateral that's backing it at the moment. Then that's at the protocol level. If you want to open a position, it's very easy. So we have pre-filled with generating the minimum amount of R that you can borrow, which is 3,000. The reason why it's set at 3,000 is that for liquidations to happen efficiently, we have to leave a buffer for people to actually take that trade and make it more likely that a liquidation actually happens. And if the position size is too low and the amount of debt is too low, let's say $10, nobody will liquidate that position for $1 profit because the gas fee will be more than the actual profit that you can make as a liquidator. So you could click like auto save borrow, which is just a pre-fill, so it would fill with all of the stake ETH that you have in your wallet and all the R that you have as well. One of the unique features, which also makes the user's life easier, is you can actually select 2 different kinds of stake ETH. So you don't have to go to Lido's website and wrap it yourself. You can just select it here yourself. So if you have wrap stake ETH in your wallet, you can just click that. If you have stake ETH, you can click that. There's really no difference. And then we do the conversions on our backend. So you don't have to go off the site if you happen to have one and then come back. It just makes your life a little bit easier. So I have stake ETH in my wallet, so I would just go with stake ETH. Let's say I'll deposit like 5 stake ETH here, and then we have to bear in mind that the minimum collateralization ratio is 120%. So here it doesn't let me open the position. So let's say I just want to borrow 4,000 R, low risk, 240%. And then you can see the protocol fee is 0.5%. Obviously, since there's no account abstraction here, what you have to do is go through multiple hoops, transactions, multiple steps. So you have to first whitelist the stake ETH, then you have an approval, and then you actually have the execute position. I think the Ethereum core dev team are working on a new account abstraction thing that will be similar to what Starknet has at the moment. So you won't have to do these steps manually from that point on. You'll be able to just do it in a one step. So it'll be way easier for people to do that. I'm gonna max approve here. Otherwise, I don't recommend doing that, but just for the speed. Yeah, so while the transactions are going through, what we wanted to do here is just like on the UX side, just show it that there's multiple steps involved, so that people don't go off site and then come back to it. So then you can execute the transaction. Then you can see the gas fees are pretty low, so it's $15 at this point to borrow, and if you add all of them together, it's going to be less than $20. So we actually have made a very conscious effort to keep the gas fees low, so that we don't alienate all these retail users by seeing like a several $100 fee. I think at this point, yes, so you can see that it's gone through, but the gas fees are one of the lowest of any CDP protocols, and hopefully even in a bull market scenario, if we get way higher gas fees, it's going to be within a bearable threshold. So you can see like here, transactions gone through, you have a little confirmation thing. What you can do, what we help with the user with, is that you have generated the R, and you can just click add R to wallet. Super easy to keep track. Otherwise, MetaMask or whatever wallet you're using might not pick it up. Click continue, and you're done. And basically here, what you see is you have a summary of your position. So you have whatever your collateral is. Here in this case is 5 stake ETH. And your debt that you have to repay, collateralization ratio, which is updated. And then what you can do here is you can do partial withdrawals, partial extra deposits, depending on what you want your collateralization ratio to be. So for example, you see, ETH prices or the stake ETH price has gone up. What you want to do is withdraw a little bit so you can actually go and withdraw let's say 2 stake ETH, and then it will show you that your position after will be 145% collateralization, which is, you can consider it safe enough. Or you can partial repay or partially borrow more, and you can do all of that in one UI. And we have a close position button, which I'm going to showcase here. So what that does is that it closes your position, repays your debt, and then with the contents of your wallet, and then also get your collateral back. What is an important thing here is that if you're depositing staked ETH, or if you're depositing any other collateral, Raft does not take a fee. We don't skim off the top from the collateral's yield like other similar protocols do. You keep your entire collateral, but you have to repay slightly more of your debt when you close your position. So this is how we take fees. Yeah, so here I'm going to approve R, and once it's approved, you can go ahead and execute the transaction. And let's see, it's as you can see, it costs like $10 at this point to repay, which is pretty good. And then you're done. So you successfully close your position. So this is the end of it. So borrowing is super easy. And what I want to show you guys here now is the other UI, which is the primary use case here. So I think this will interest a lot of people. What you can do here is you can deposit staked ETH. In this case, I'm going to do 3 staked ETH. And then what you can do here is you can choose what leverage you want. So let's say you are a staked ETH holder and you're bullish on the price of ETH, and you're also bullish on the staking yield, and you want to keep accruing a higher staking yield into the future. What you can do is you can use this little slider, which is it's very user-friendly, and just choose whatever leverage you want, go up to like 5x, 6x. It will show you like what the liquidation price will be compared to the current price, what sort of drop you can survive for your position to be liquidated, show you the total cost of leveraging up, and show you the leverage APR that you get from your staking at the same time. So I'm going to go with something a little bit more conservative here, 2.5x, something like that. It will show me the total cost, show me the leverage APR. If you're a more advanced user, what you can do is you can choose like your slippage here, which is routed through 1 inch at this point. And then, but otherwise just leave it at the standard one. Yeah, so this is also involves whitelisting, so just do that. It's like a cost of $1.50. And the interesting thing here is that this feature actually is routed through R. So the user doesn't actually have to know too much about the entire existence of the stablecoin. But what happens in the background is that we use a flash minting of the stablecoin itself, and then we use that, deposit that as collateral into the protocol. And then, yeah, just do an approval again, stake ETH, and do max approve again. It's another $2 here. So yeah, because of the flash minting, we kind of eliminate this entire need for using something called looping. Looping is a transaction where you would have to borrow, swap the borrowed asset, redeposit that as collateral, and then it will cost you a lot of gas because you have to do a repeated thing and again and again. Here we eliminate that, and we just have a single transaction to do this, and you can click execute. It will cost something like $25, which is pretty reasonable for leveraging up, and then wait for the transaction to execute. And this is all done through the 1 inch API. We'll have support of other routers as well. The reason why we're using 1 inch and we're not just using a single step swap through a protocol like Balancer is that the liquidity for R is split across different venues. So we have liquidity in Balancer, we have liquidity in Maverick, we have liquidity in Uniswap, and then what 1 inch does is it just routes through the most efficient route. So that's the best way to do it. And then, yeah, so leverage is now set up to 2.5x. We have the exposure numbers here, we have the collateral here, we have a liquidation price here, so you can see I can survive a 28% drop below the current price before my position is liquidated, and my leverage at this point is 2.5x. So my APR on stake ETH is 9.87%. So you've done this in like a super simple transaction. And I have gained an exposure to 2.5 times my collateral. And then here is the liquidation price, super easy. What you can do is you can withdraw in a simple transaction, close position, super fast. It will show you the total cost of closing the transaction. You can click execute, and it will be done in a very simple way. So this is yeah, I can do that as well to show you guys how much it costs to close a transaction. It will be $20. But as I said, like what the target audience here is like having people who want a long-term position. So you can see this cost is at 1 point something percent. But if you want to compare that to, for example, MakerDAO, you have to pay a 3.75% rate to borrow against DAI at this point, which is over 1 year. So if you want to keep your position open here on Raft for at least a few months, it will always be way cheaper than using MakerDAO. Done. So my position is closed, and it's and we have withdrawn the stake ETH. So we're all done here. I think this kind of sums things up and gives you guys a good summary of everything that we have. I think otherwise, I just wanted to point you guys to some of the good resources that you have if you want to learn more about Raft, or you want to learn more about how to use the protocol. We have very good like a feature set that is just summarized here for people, so you can learn more about it here. We have a one-step leverage thing that you can like a website that summarizes the fees, the maximum leverage that you can get. Aave, Maker, Raft shows you the fees that you have to pay if you use Aave Maker. You can have a little bit of a calculator of what sort of leverage you want and what your liquidation price will be, what your leveraged APR will be using the current stake ETH APR. And it kind of, if you're interested in the actual backend implementation about how this works, you can go and check it out and follow the step-by-step flowchart that we have here. And then if you're interested in even more, I would recommend that you check out the docs. Docs we update very frequently. It's at version 8.2 at this point. And if you're more interested in the leverage use case as well, we have various examples here that you can check out. We have flowcharts. We have all the maths here presented for you if you want to learn more about the technical details about how it works. We also have a calculator here that you can use for more advanced calculations that you want to make on your side. In addition to this, we have other features here. Flash minting is a pretty interesting one that is also used for leverage, liquidations, arbitrage, all this kind of stuff. If you're a developer, I would check this out. And then getting involved. I think like this is relevant to most people, especially the governance forum. So if you want to get more involved with Raft, propose anything in the governance forum, I think that is the place to go. We have very involved and technical discussions there, so that's pretty good. And then, yeah, so I think one of the other resources that that I like to direct people is our Dune dashboards. We have 3 of those that are updated frequently, and then we also have a Parsec board, which is a pretty good place to show all the positions that are currently open on Raft. So you can see that there are some larger positions here. I think the largest position is this wallet, which has borrowed $11 million worth of R to leverage up with. It currently has $16 million worth of collateral. You can see the health of that position. So it's like 40% over collateralized before they're liquidated, something like that. And then you see all the outstanding positions here, as well as the price of R and everything else. So I think that's it from me. If you guys have any questions, now would be the time. Nope. Okay. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Thank you.